Welcome back to EA PGA Tour. For the first time since the Open. Took a good chunk of time off. We skipped 3 tournaments. Ended our 6-tournament winning streak, but to be honest, probably needed to end anyway. Now we are in, I do believe, the FedEx Cup Playoffs. Wait, did we lead in hole-in-ones? It was over here for a second, and now it's gone. Oh, well. But, yeah, 3 weeks left. We got the FedEx St. Jude here at TPC Southwind. Then we got the BMW Championship at Olympia Fields. Tour Championship at East Lake. That was weird, what just happened with the music, but here we go for the FedEx St. Jude. Our first rounds of golf here in EA PGA in quite some time. Be a little conservative off the tee and hit 3-wood and see if we suck or not. Nope, that's pretty good. Spencer Torkelson is back. Too bad Tigers franchise is dead. Fairway finder off the first tee. A little bit better than expected. So now, time to figure out what these greens are going to do today. Good chunk of wind, slightly downhill. We'll hit the 50 and hope to put it in somewhat close. It's on the way. That's not ideal. Roll off the green and onto the fringe. Didn't get all of that. I think we're going to putt this, though. Try and give ourselves a chance at it. Gave it a good whack, but it ain't going to be enough. Putting, I feel like, is going to be the one thing where our rust is going to show a little bit. Not that time. In for par. We'll take it. Solid start. It's not a bogey, or worse, so overall, can't be too upset about it. We'll get back into the swing of things, especially having to play 2 rounds today, because I forgot this tournament was this week. Par 4 second hole. At just over 400 yards at 401. Drive is into the wind. We're going to hope for the best. Hopefully we hit this straight. If we miss right, we are probably going to miss way right. We might be okay. We've actually cut this corner just enough to the point that we're going to settle into the fairway. Yep, I'd love to be hitting more torque bombs, but unfortunately, it went the way that it did. Be a little conservative here on the finesse. It's on the way. I'm a little worried about the spin. It's not bad. Gonna give us a look. After we saw the 50 spin like it did, I was shocked to see this not absolutely take off. Trying to get in the hole. Not even close. 14 feet from the hole. We blow it almost 5 feet past. So putting is probably going to be an adventure here today. Just so out of the swing of things when it comes to this game. But back-to-back pars. Not a bad start. We'll get it going. Not like there's not really a lot of pressure on us right now. I'm pretty sure we're damn near guaranteed a lock to be leading on day 1 of the Tour Championship. I believe this is another par 4 to start our round here at Southwind. Oh, no, actually a par 5. Once again, though, the drive is into the wind. As long as we hit it relatively straight, we'll be just fine. Uh-oh, power drive was on, but we're going to be okay. It's a little bit right. Oh. Well, are we going to be okay? Yep. Landed pretty soft. 224 out, and we have to carry the water to get it there, but sounds like a... 4-iron should work. 4-iron should be okay. That's actually looking really good. It's got to sit, though. Oh, my. Oh, God. Wind never knocked it down. So we're going to have a chip here for Eagle. Oh, for whatever reason, we're off center here. A high draw and a chip. Yeah. Likely. Oh, there it goes. This has a chance, and it goes in. Chip in for Eagle on 3 here at the FedEx St. Jude. We can't putt, but we can chip. First par 3 of our day is the 4th hole here at TPC Southwind. Doesn't look like too tricky of a tee shot here. Lots of room to run this up if we want it, which I think we do. Also slightly downhill with the wind at our back here, so try and be a little conservative. It's looking fairly good. This is going to have to sit, though. I think we're kind of underestimating the wind right now. This is certainly another chip-in possibility. And nope, just didn't get enough on it. Have to settle for par. I mean, speed was right to get it to the hole, but underestimated the break just a little bit. So we'll tap that in, move on. Can't chip in on every hole. I mean, I guess you could, but just not very likely. Par 5, or par 4 rather, 5th hole. 485 yards though, so a long par 4. A cool little tree over there on the right side. I say that now, but Lord knows we're going to find it at some point in this tournament. This is a little bit of a tricky tee shot. We don't want to catch that branch over there. I think we're not gonna have any issues getting it over the trees a little bit farther up. Just don't hit the branch. Well, we didn't hit the branch, but something tells me we're bunker bound, and we are. Just a left miss. 200 yards out in the bunker. Oh boy. Yet it's saying we can possibly get it here, as long as we don't hit that lip. It's going to be a little short, but we might get some roll. Actually, I mean, pin high, but off the green. Not hitting greens very reliably today, but overall, not so bad. But we have another pretty nice opportunity to chip in here. That's got to hit the hole. It did, but way too much gas. Well, good to know that the accuracy is there. The power is just a little bit all over the place. Make a putt for our par to remain 2 under through 5. Of course, it's loaded with par 4s, isn't it? Our 4th par 4 of the day already. This is gonna be one of the final courses in this game that I haven't played yet, given that this is my first full career mode playthrough. I'll bring back that 3-wood a little bit. Try and limit the amount of things that can go wrong. Should be right where we want to be here. Even got a fairly good kick. 293 with the 3-wood. Smacking it. Smack that, Randy. Our best option here is probably going to be a shot that I don't really like to hit. And that is a finesse shot with an iron. It's got a little bit of right spin to it. Oh, this is actually going to be fairly close. Whoa! Thing landed about a foot past the hole. That was a pin seeker there for a second. And now it's a short one, but it's our trickiest putt of the day, I'd say. But that drops. A birdie on 6 to move to 3 under. 3 shots off the lead, I do believe, still, of Kurt Kitayama. And we are. Tied for the lead, actually. Hubbard's in there, too. Yet another par 4. 7th hole here at Southwind. Ooh. Finally an opportunity to just rip driver. This is going to be absolutely smashed. Look at this roll. 334 carry. What's the final distance? 375 yards. With a 9-mile-an-hour wind at our back. But now we got to try and get this finesse right. Bring it a little behind the hole. Off the green, really. On the way. See if we got it right. Mostly. Pretty good approach shot. I was kind of worried that was going to skip and roll out a little bit, but alas, it did not. Not a ton of break on this, but downhill putt. Not really what we're after. Take a little bit off of that. That's going to roll in. And back-to-back birdies. Finding our groove a little bit, especially with the wedges. We take that. Second par 3 of the day. Probably gonna want to be short of the hole here. For one, there's not a lot of space back there, and 2, it'd give us an uphill putt. This should work. It's looking fairly good, however, not exactly what I was hoping to do. It's still a chance. It's actually relatively flat up here. View bots are here early. On the way. Oh, God, we left it short. Was that uphill and I just didn't even realize? Ever so slightly, yes, it was. So we'll walk out of here with par. Par 3 has not been our friend thus far today. So we remain 2 off the lead of Kitayama. .457-yard par 4 ninth. Why is that tree over there on the right side phasing out of existence? Why do we have transparent trees? We'll see if that's the case when we actually get down there. Dogleg to the right here. I think we can hit driver. But we're going to want to pull it back a little. I mean, it's downhill a good bit, actually. We hit 3 wood and we hit it well. We should be right on that corner. It's a little righter than what I wanted, but going to be right where we want to be. Even took a kick back towards the middle of the fairway. So now 136 out. Wind mostly at our back. Club down to the 54 and hit it high, although, I don't know. This is a little risky. Just a little. It's going to get there. It's going to be really good. Oh, it was really good. It bit. We do stay on the green, though. I didn't think with the wind at our back like that, that was going to... Oh, I see why. It's downhill here. Going to be a tricky one. Just too much power. Powered it right through the brake. Putting is still an adventure. Well, we're going to finish off the front 9 with a 4-under that I'm very happy about. I haven't played PGA Tour in almost a month. So, in fact, it might even have been a month. I'm not sure. So we move on to the back 9. Should be just fine for us. Nothing here seems overly challenging. Ooh. I mean, that's just not worth it. We miss left, we're doomed. And even if we hit this as well as we need to, there's no guarantee it makes it, so... I'm going to hit 5 wood off the tee. Bring the 5 wood back. This is another downhill tee shot. Oh, that was a power drive, but we're going to be okay. Are we? Holy. We got way closer to the edge than I wanted, but that's right. We need to make sure that we're on normal drive. Alright, gonna hit the 50. Hit it right there. On the way, this should be pretty good. Oh, it's gonna be really good. Holy. Ha ha! That's a dart. A lawn dart in there gives us a tap-in birdie. Putter is a little bit suspect right now, but the wedges are dialed. Would you look at this? Our good old friend, the Island Green. Into the wind as well. Well, we're going to hit 9-iron. Kind of blasted it, which might actually help us out. Jesus. Well, now we're dialed with the short irons as well. On the way and in. First birdie of the day on the par 3 and 2 straight birdies to start the back 9 to tie for the lead of the FedEx St. Jude. Alright. Aren't you supposed to shake Java Monsters before you open them? We're just gonna swirl it. And hope for the best. Java Monster with a white t-shirt is probably not the move, but... ah, well. Don't drink Monsters. I don't drink a lot of Monsters. If I do, it's usually the coffee ones. I'm definitely thinking we're hitting 3-wood here. More on the safer side. It's got to move a little bit, I think. Yep, we're going to be okay. And this should sit in the fairway just fine. It does. Good thing we got rained out at work. It's a busy day for us. 2 rounds of golf. Lions franchise preseason against the Kansas City Chiefs. Got a day ahead of us. This is going to spin like crazy. And too much. Will it stay on the green? Yes, it will. Overall, not too upset about it. Gonna need to give that a little more. Swing it out to the left. That's got a chance to go in, and it will. Putt from distance, make it 3 straight birdies, and that should be solo lead. Caught fire here on the back 9. Par 4 13th, yet another par 4 here at Southwind. Couple of annoying little pot bunkers in there. You know what? We're leading. We're going to be a little aggressive. Probably shouldn't, but... oh, well, that ain't going to go well. We're going to be off in the shit on the right side, if not this bunker. Climb to the top of the hill, though. Could have been worse. Well, this is going to be a tricky one to get right. Out of the rough. Wind at our back. I'm probably going to club down a little bit. Let's see how this goes. It's actually looking shot really good. Dude, come on. This is absurd. How did I get that one right? We're going low all of a sudden. Now back to the par 3s. Par 3 14th. Front pin, so we'll see what the wind's doing. Honestly, kind of hoping it's in our face a little bit. It's not. It's not. And we also... I don't know, man. I'm going to hit 6-iron. If it's short, it's short. I'm not really too worried about it. It's not going to be short, but it also might not stay on the green. It's going to climb uphill. We will be putting from 41 feet. So, a lot of downhill here on this one. I just want to make sure that we don't blast it by, pretty much. Take even more off right there at the very end. Trundling down that way. Pretty good lag putt. Wanted to get a little tighter, but... I know, only 41 feet. I mean, I guess, though, to be fair, we haven't made putts like that this year. That'll be in for par. Ends our run of 4 straight birdies, but... already with a lead. Not worried. Well, Keegan Bradley has gotten a little bit closer as his round is done. He's 7 under. 1 misstep and we're tied. Made some long putts and chipped in for eagle a time or two, including today. Oh. Well, we're going to have to rethink that. 5 wood off the tee here. Play it safe. Last time we took a risk, it didn't really pay off. At least with where the ball ended up. I mean, we had the incredible wedge shot out of the rough, but... not exactly the path that I wanted to take for that birdie. Did the Netherlands do well? I didn't really pay that much attention. I know they had... what the fuck? Well, we are clearly somewhere we're not supposed to be over there. They were 6th? Wow. What the fuck is happening here? Little finesse shot. See how much the wind moves it. Oh my. We are pin seeking today. Holy. How do I take 3 weeks, if not more, off of this game and am better with wedges now than I was when we played every week? Yeah, you always expect to see, like, the U.S. up there, China when it comes to the summer games. And what do you know? Those were the 2 that were right up there. But there were a couple countries, I think, that got their first ever medal or first ever gold medal this time around. It's pretty cool. But then there was the bullshit with the bronze medal. Gymnastics one. That's such a very weird story. We were on power drive, so we're probably missing this fairway right. We might luck out. No, but only in the first cut. Could be worse. We'll take it. Six iron out of the first cut and into the wind. That's looking pretty good. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. Yeah, so I feel like in that scenario, when things like that happen, and you have the option to just award 2 bronzes, when this whole controversy is happening through no fault of really the competitors, I don't know, it just feels really weird. Like, they're totally allowed to do that. Like, you already awarded it. Don't rescind it. It's bizarre. And, like, none of the competitors want that either. Like, neither of those gymnasts were really, like, oh my god, take it away from the other and give it to me or what. It was strange. Into the wind, downhill, we'll do it. Off to the right a little bit, but it'll be okay. Probably a long second shot upcoming here. Not really. For whatever reason, when we were back in the tee box, it seemed like a longer hole than it is. That's on the way again. Might be a little left. But the distance is just, once again, just outstanding. We've got the wind figured out now. Put that in close again. A chance for yet another birdie. Why wouldn't we make it? I didn't even realize we eagled 16. Didn't even notice. Incredible. On to the finishing hole here in round 1. Round 2 coming up immediately after. And yes, I know we're only playing 2 rounds today. We're gonna have to play 2 rounds tomorrow, or maybe push it to Monday. Pushing it to Monday is actually not a bad idea. Off the tee with 3 wood, and just don't miss left. We did not miss left. Ball should sit. All right, we'll take it. All right. So somewhere, you know, somewhere right in here. We may be a little bit longer than I want to be, but maybe not, actually. Took a good bit off of this. Maybe that was a mistake. I'm actually going to miss the hole short by a good bit. And the spin backwards. Just trying to do something special a little too hard. Well, let's see if we can drain a putt from 17 feet to finish off round 1. Looked good for a while. Just low of the hole. We'll have a tap in for our par. And finish off what really is going to be an improbable 12 fucking under. Where the front 9 was not really all that good. The back 9, we really got things figured out. And nobody's even close. This tournament doesn't even get the usual random that goes double-digit under par. So we are leading the FedEx St. Jude by a good margin. But we've been kind of doing that, getting off the hot starts in tournaments a lot as of late. So I guess it's not really all that much of a surprise. Shot a fucking 58. Good Lord. Well, let's get ready for round 2.